So I was talking to a client of mine who, when she came to me, she was struggling, honey. Okay, she was having such a hard time losing weight, despite the fact that she worked out all the time. And I'm talking about one of those folks who works out like 6 to 7 days a week. She's doing like cardio up the wazoo. She'd do like 45 minutes here, 60 minutes here. She'd be running and doing all kinds of races and all that stuff. And she was really super active. She also did some weight training as well, but she tended to do weight training that's more within like the 12 to like 20 to 25 repetition range, and focusing on like one body part per day, and just doing the basic kind of setup for someone who's super active and has been in fitness for a long time. But despite her doing all of that, despite her having a relatively clean diet, she was not seeing any progress, and she was totally frustrated, totally ready to give up, and just fed up with not knowing what to do to get the body moving. And, I get that a lot from the folks that come to me. There are people who are going for the aesthetics. When I asked her, what do you want to do? Why are you doing all this stuff? What's your goals? Well, she wanted to lose about 25 pounds. She wanted to fit in her old jeans again. She wanted to just feel good about herself. And her goals were really driven by the aesthetics. So even the way that she trained, the one body part per day training that she learned from one of her personal trainers along the way, she competed at some point as well, focusing on trying to make a specific muscle look a certain shape, focusing on overall tonality, and just having a very aesthetic mindset when it comes to how she was working out in the gym. And I said to her, you know what? You're doing a great job, but I'm going to say this, you're going about it all wrong. That the way that you're training for aesthetics is not getting to your goal because you're not challenging yourself enough. You're not stepping outside of your comfort zone. And then further, you're doing too damn much. And so many of you can probably relate to that because it's common. It's so common nowadays. And I had to be honest with her. I had to be like, look, girl, you are doing too damn much. And that's where the problem is. And I challenged her to trust me on something, to trust me on being able to take back her workouts, being able to take down the volume a bit, switching up her reps so that way she's lifting heavier, doing more compound type of motions, doing more functional type of training, and focusing more on performance rather than aesthetics. And in addition to that, I also had her eating more as well. This sent her through a complete tailspin because that's just completely opposite of what she's been taught to do and what gets results. And that's what I want to challenge you with right now, to change your mind around how you're training and why it's better for you to focus on training for functionality and performance rather than just aesthetics alone. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Roxy Beckles, and it is my passion to help women to rewrite their stories, to take control of their bodies and their health, and to do it on their terms. We look deeper than the physical. We look at the 4 pillars of fitness, your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual fitness as well. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel right now if you aren't already. And if you really want to take steps to the next level, get on my email list, honey, so I can send you some tips directly to your inbox. Scan the QR code that you see right there on the screen. Now let's go ahead and just break this apart. Let's jump right in. Now here's the thing that's going to blow your mind a bit, okay? That training for performance is going to impact your aesthetics no matter what, provided that you have things set up properly when it comes to your programming. Now, what do I mean when I say training for performance versus aesthetics? Now, for a lot of folks who are training for just the aesthetics, for just how you look, a lot of times you fall into the trap of over-exercising or doing things that you know will help you to drop weight a lot faster, not really paying attention to your rep ranges or how much weight you're actually lifting. A lot of you aren't tracking your workouts. You're just going with that willy-nilly. If it feels good, you're doing it. And that's a great way to start off. You might even see some really great progress when you do start. If you've been deconditioned for a long time, yeah, get in and do the things that you like and be as consistent as you can. But there's going to come a point when you slam into the wall. The wall of progress, honey, is going to stop you right there. Your body's going to stop responding. You're not going to be losing fat as quickly as you did. You're not going to be seeing that scale drop. You might even start feeling like you're getting fatigued or even bored with your workouts. And eventually, a lot of people give up because they're not seeing the aesthetic and physical changes they want to see because the workout just really stopped working. So what do? Instead, what I want to challenge you to do is look at the performance aspect and the functionality of your training. See, this is where going in deeper and asking yourself, Why does this stuff matter? This is where it comes in. I ask my clients this question every 8 weeks. What are we doing? Why does it matter? 8 weeks from today, what is it that you are going to achieve? And what do you stand to lose if you don't? And let's not just look at things from the physical aspect as far as the outside shell. What can you be stronger at? Where are your PRs right now in your squat, in your deadlift, in your bench press, in your lat pull downs, or can you do pull-ups? What are the maxes that you're at right now? Now let's go ahead and challenge that, step outside of the comfort zone and train in a way to blast past those PRs, to bring on new ones. When you have that kind of focus and you're really pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, you're going for true data and numbers to help you to see actual tangible progress. That's when you start working in a way that takes you way outside of your comfort zone and on the path to seeing the best results you'll ever see in your life. Why? Think about it. We say things all the time in fitness like train like an athlete, look like an athlete. Well, how do athletes train? Well, the one thing they're not training for typically is a six-pack, but they get those abs and they get those bodies just by way of a result to the work that they're putting in. Athletes will repeat the same things over and over again until they perfect it. They will drill things. Athletes take the responsibility to track their training, keeping logbooks, writing down their workouts, being present in every single thing that they do. Athletes think about the mind-muscle connection and how they can push even harder without necessarily going for heavier and heavier weight. If they're doing 15 repetitions, they're going to go to 15 repetitions to failure and make sure that they're pushing themselves to that limit. Same thing if they're doing 6, 8, or even 25 or 30 repetitions, they're going to the wall. They're in that gym, they're in that workout to push their bodies to the apex. And when you do that, and you allow yourself ample recovery, and you tie the diet that will work alongside that to give you the energy and the ability for your body to rebuild tissue properly, that's when you're going to see the real physical changes take off. So I did that with this client, and I do it with all of my clients. I revamped her entire workout. I had her in the gym 4 to 5 times a week. We rested with full rest days. We took down her cardio and focused on more interval training, HIIT training. And when she did do steady state cardio, we did about 30 to 35 minutes, but pushed that heart rate to about 80 to 85% of her maximum and made her wear a heart rate monitor through all of her workouts. And I do this with all of my clients, wearing heart rate monitors to track exactly where you are, because the more data we have, the deeper we can go with seeing true progress. And you know what happened? She's starting to lose weight now. And it's crazy because the scale weight isn't necessarily falling as quickly as she'd like. However, she just lost about 2 dress sizes. The pants that she typically wears to work as a nurse, the scrubs, they're falling off of her. She's lost inches all around, about 20 inches off of everything in total on her body in just 8 weeks. We are successfully putting on muscle while she's losing fat, so she's getting leaner and leaner. That's why the scale isn't moving too quickly, because there's a lot of recompositioning that's happening. And this is the story for so many of my clients, whether they compete or not. So I want to tell you, and I want to challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone and to not just focus on the outer shell, not just obsess about the scale, but to ask yourself, how can I give more? Every single workout, every single time you pick up a weight, every single time you hit that cardio, every single time you either work out at home or step into the gym. Look, if what I'm saying to you right now is speaking to you, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be digging really deeper into this stuff. And in addition to all of that, get on my email list so that way I can go ahead and tell you exactly how to do this on your own and take things to the true next level. Now, I talked about something on my other channel, Redefining Bodybuilding, where I answer the question about 2-a-day workouts. When should they be done? Should you be doing them at all? And if you need to do them, how do you set that up in a way that's going to get you results without burning you out? And I want you to go ahead and check out that video right over here, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to change the game for you. Go ahead, check that out, and I'll see you over there.